Hello everybody, Catwoman here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um, Before I go back to the library today, I'm going to talk about this book here. It's like a thriller horror book called Bird Box by Josh Malerman. Okay, so it's about a mother named Malorie. Okay, so she had a friend named Olympia who was also pregnant. At the same time, Malorie was pregnant, but Olympia committed self-harm, and Malorie ended up with two kids. So that's why Malorie is the mom with two kids. Malorie had the boy, and Olympia is the one that had the girl. Okay? But while Malorie was pregnant, before she came to the house where Olympia came in later on, okay, Malorie was living with her sister at the time, and she met a really cool dude who she had fun with and ended up getting pregnant. While while Malorie was still living with Sharon, this pandemic occurred. Okay, where everybody was forced to live was in blindness. So since all of us have to live on site too, well, in this world you're forced to live in blindness. Like, you cannot see at all times, okay? Unless you want to go insane and do psychotic things, according to this book. So, um, yeah, so she also lost her sister because of this, and Sharon and Malorie couldn't reach out to their parents. So after Sharon committed, you know, she goes on this trip. Um, she drove to this place where they were storing other survivors, and she meets Tom, Dan, Jules, Cheryl. Okay, and she embarks on a journey of survival with them all, and they all have to blindly go out and no, like literal blindness, like this blindness, not the other type of blindly, but they have to go out wearing blindfolds to get water from the well. And Tom and Jules went out blindly to look for resources and dogs. And later on, Gary came, and Dan. Well, at first, people were unsure, and Daniel, no, Don. Don is his name. Okay, not Dan. Don. Don, is the one who was having a gut feeling that Gary is going to ruin everything. Well, she was right, because Gary was the one who influenced everybody to be around him until the time Malorie and Olympia gave birth. Okay, while that past was happening, in the present, Malorie was training the two kids to know how to survive in the wilderness. Like, she taught them how to keep their eyes shut ever since they were babies. And then she makes like a trail of clothing so they know how to find their way back in the house while they go out and get water, you know. And Malorie, taught them how to identify sounds while their eyes were shut to make sure so they can not just survive on feeling, but they can survive on hearing too. Like mostly their hearing they have to survive on. And the kids in the book are really smart too, you know, because Mallory was like firm, very strict and firm on him. Like she's like, please listen to me. It's for your survival. I want you to make sure you guys make it. And eventually they made it to this school at the end. And another horrible thing another horrifying thing that happened in this book, when they got to the school, apparently, the other survivors had an idea where, instead of blindfolding, they, take their eyes out, like literally take their own eyes out, which is very scary. So if you guys don't like this book, okay, I don't recommend it to you unless you guys are really good horror people, okay? Like, this book's not that, this book's not that bad to me, but, like, the taking the eyes out part, it just got me, like, wow. Okay? So, in another part of the story, while Malorie was, rolling the boat with her kids towards the school, okay, she got attacked by a guy going insane because he tried to murder them by making them take off the blindfolds. Because in order to survive, if in a world like this, you have to keep your eyes shut at all times or blindfolded at all times. And then she got attacked by wolves too. All that happened before they finally reached the school and everything, and they're now finally surviving with other people, not just themselves. Like, So I will rate this like a 4.5 out of 5. Like, it's an amazing book, you know. It has 260 pages, so it's not too long. So if you guys really want to read this book, I'm gonna put information about it in the description. So feel free to read it anytime you like. Okay. If you guys really like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hype me up, comment out your thoughts too, and suggestions for future videos. Okay? I love you, God bless you, and I hope you have a good day. Okay? If you really like this book, okay, I recommend it to you. Okay? I will see you in another video. Goodbye!